Almost every day we are told that we should be ashamed of anything which is Indian, especially if it is Hindu. Almost every day we have been reminded about fantastic jobs done by our past leaders and rulers like Aurangzeb, British and the Nehru. According to leftist historians, we should be always thankful to these three for giving us so many things from biryani to railway to STD. I mean telephone. Only recently, the another eminent historian, Mr. Nasruddin Shah, came out with a gem of history that Mughals were refugees. How? Because they settled here. After listening to him, Aussies are kicking themselves, as why can't they have such a brilliant historian like Nasruddin Shah? After all, Britishers came there too as refugees and settled down there with indigenous tribes, isn't it? It is so tough being a student of history in India. After going through NCERT books and reading to an army of intellectuals, it becomes very tough, almost next to impossible, to decide that who did more to India among these three. So let's find out who made India great. Is it Mughals, Nehru or British? Number 1. The refugee nation builder Mughals. Depending upon which intellectual genius you listen to, Mughals, particularly Aurangzeb, has done so much for us. It is amazing that we are still behind Bangladesh, forget about Japan or China. It must be Modi's disastrous rule after 2014 that made us this poor. Because Indira Gandhi already did so much by giving a slogan Garibi Hatao in 70s itself. But if you want the lost glory of Mughal back again, then vote for Rahul Gandhi, and then maybe Rehan Vadra or his son will surely remove the Garibi from India once they will become Prime Minister of India. Till then, enjoy the cinematic performance by the lady with the same nose as Indira. It is also somewhat strange that Mughals' greatness has not benefited Pakistan, which is more closer culturally and geographically to them. Thanks to the great historian Mrs. Aurangzeb Audrey Trushki, that now we all know that Aurangzeb protected more temples than he may have destroyed. That's why there are so many grand medieval temples in North India, each one more dazzling than the other. On the contrary, in the south, where the golden rule of Aurangzeb was not in the good fortune of the people, there are practically no temples. One almost wishes Mughals or Aurangzeb should have visited Kanchi, Hampi, Talakad, Madurai or Tanjore and help us build some temples there too. Those places are so barren now. As if the great act of protecting temples is not enough, Mughals also left us much richer. Ask any leftist economist. In fact, they came as refugees because they probably took pity on our poor conditions and pathetic life, and wanted India to match the glory of their native lands. And that is why there is no mention of any other ruler in India except the Mughals in our history books. In fact, Mughals taught us music too. Before that, Rig Vedas were recited as prose without any tones. We never knew how to sing or play an instrument. All those idols of Saraswati, etc., you see with musical instruments were just Sangye myths. There is practically no mention of any music in Indian Puranas unless inserted by Brahmanical RSS historians. Number 2. The British, our savior. As if the Mughals' contribution to our economy and its richness was not enough, the British came too to make us even more richer and civilized. British gave us railway. Now don't ask how Britishers took away all $45 trillion worth stuffs from India. British gave us English education system. Yeah, and at the same time they were exporting all our ancient Sanskrit manuscript to Europe, so that all the knowledge in Sanskrit can be digested into English, and then our same ancient knowledge could be exported back to India to make us understand it in English more easily. What a pious people they were. British gave us institution and sense of law, hence made us civilized. Oh, is this the same Britishers who enslaved us for 200 years? Exploited our money and resources, brought down our GDP contribution to the world from 24% to 4%, killed more than 30 million Indians, 4 million alone in manufactured Bengal famine. Immensely civilized people they were to civilize us. Number 3. Our own the forced Chacha Nehru. Mughal left us rich, cultured, educated, musically talented and glorious. But somehow we fell into bad ways until our own Chacha Nehru rescued us. His contributions start right from the partition of India, and then he never looked back. He manufactured Kashmir conflict. He gifted us glorious defeat in Indochina War, rejected permanent seat at the United Nations, rejected Nepal's offer to join India, refused to enter nuclear deal, curved journalistic freedom and freedom of expression. That's too many achievements for one man, but that's how our Chacha Nehru was. And now I am completely confused as to whom I should consider as the builder of the great India. The competition is tough. Now you all should vote for one.